are here because the outside world rejects you.
Pop the lid! Pop the lid!
Hang on! I want to try my hydraulic wedge.
Move, I'll do it.
Quietly, guys.
Whoa!
Tubular!
Hey everyone, a few days ago, Call of Duty released a teaser announcing that the Ninja Turtles would be coming to the game. The teaser showed a city street where you could hear some of the action in the background, and eventually the Turtles peeked out of the sewers, showing their heads in a manner similar to the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie poster. Today, they released images of the full design, along with lots of details about the new pack, which we're going to discuss in today's video. We'll start off by breaking down the turtle designs for the game, which has become a tradition here on the channel. Whenever we see new Ninja Turtle designs, we meticulously analyze them, discuss what we like, what we don't, and yeah, we're going to do the same thing with these. For those who are unfamiliar with Call of Duty, these are pretty much skins for the game, so that way players can play as their favorite Ninja Turtle. And there's also some accessories and stuff. After the design, we'll break down all of those things, so the other parts of the bundle. This should be fun. Let's go ahead, not waste any more time, and get to it. All right, first up, let's take a look at the actual images of all the turtles together. We have this image here of the turtles at a skate park. You can see some of the Foot Clan in the background. The next image here, it looks like they're in a different part of the skate park, but now are actually fighting the Foot. Next up, we have this image here. It's a nighttime scene, and we see the turtles in what looks like an old Roman building or something. You can see that it's on fire, and they're in here fighting the Foot Clan. You can also see that the Foot Clan look like zombies a little bit. I wonder if we're going to be getting a Foot Clan zombie mode or something. But yeah, that's just like a general overview of some of the new images. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at each turtle and discuss each one's design. First up, we got Leonardo, and we'll probably spend a little more time on him than the others, because if you look at all of them together, they all look pretty similar to each other. Now, I feel like some people may not like that they do all look similar to each other, but I'm not against it. I actually like it when the turtles look similar. I prefer when they have subtle differences that set them apart, like accessories, height differences, little tweaks to the face, as opposed to them all looking completely different from each other. I don't know if it's like a generational thing. I came from a time where they just had subtle differences, and I feel like that had the most commercial success. And I don't know if that was just a coincidence or if I'm just imagining that, but I don't know. I just think it looks cooler. There's definitely a split in the fan base when it comes to this. Let us know down below in the comments which side you land on this. Anyways, back to Leonardo. You can see him there in this new image advertising the Leonardo Tracer Pack, and you can see that his head shape is the classic Ninja Turtles head shape, and it looks like they went with the all white eyes, which looks really sick. I like this. Kind of makes them look like the 2003 Ninja Turtles, but in CGI. You can see that he has his classic two skinny diagonal straps coming off of his belt, which all of it is a brown leather, which is absolutely perfect. I love it when they have the brown leather belts. I feel like it complements their colors. Next, you can see that the torso area appears to be battle damaged. At least I think that's what it is. It's an interesting choice. It kind of reminds me of the 2003 Leonardo when Karai damaged the back of his shell and it just kind of stayed like that for a while. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Leo's limbs. He's got blue knee and elbow pads. Interesting. I've always wondered how this would look in live action, by the way. I think the only example we ever got of the turtles with colored knee and elbow pads in live action was the 1997 show, The Next Mutation. But that wasn't a good outing for the turtles, like in general. I would like to see something like this in a serious live action movie. I wonder if it would translate well. One other thing this Leonardo has is bandage wraps on his hands and his feet, which also looks pretty cool. I'm not necessarily for or against this. I've seen it in other versions of the turtles and it's just kind of there. It's cool. Now we do get a shot at the back of Leonardo here, and you can see his shell, and it looks like your standard Ninja Turtle shell. And then you can see that his katana sheaths are actually red, but the handles of the katanas are blue. So yeah, interesting choice there on the colors. But yeah, that pretty much does it here for the Leo design. Let's go ahead and jump into Raphael. All right, let's take a look at Raphael here. And we got this new image here promoting his Tracer Pack. He looks awesome. He looks like he's standing on top of a car or something, which is actually something similar that recently happened in the comics with the Turtles. We have a whole podcast covering the new Ninja Turtles comics that just launched. I'll go ahead and leave it as a pinned comment here on this video if you guys want to check it out after this. It'll be on one of the end cards as well. But yeah, you can see that he looks like he has a slight bit more attitude than Leonardo. We get a good look at the teeth here, which was something we didn't see with Leonardo. And yeah, the teeth look good. I like how they have that like one spiky canine tooth there on the corners. The body looks very similar to Leonardo's, except for his is a brighter green, just slightly. And if you look at all the turtles standing together, you can kind of see that they're all a different shade of green. We'll discuss the other greens when we get to those turtles. You see Raphael has a regular horizontal belt, which is the correct way to go with Raphael, in my opinion. No diagonal straps or crisscross straps needed for Raph, given the type of weapon that he wields. Speaking of weapons, you can see that his sai have red handles with little gold accents on them, and he holsters them in the front there. You get a nice look at the side of the turtle shell here on Raphael, and you can see the way they did the texture design looks kind of like muscles a little bit, kind of how you would see on a human, but it's a cool optical illusion to give them just like a little extra muscle definition where there normally wouldn't be any because it'd be covered. So this is kind of cool that they did this. Just makes them look a little more like superheroes. But yeah, other than that, everything is pretty much the same as Leonardo's design. The knee and elbow pads are Raphael's color, red, and he's got bandages on his feet and hands. Let's go ahead and move on over to Donatello. All right, next we have this new image of Donatello from his tracer pack. He also looks great. You can see that he has one thick diagonal strap coming off of his belt, which again, to me, is perfect. These guys did their homework. I'm not mad at these designs. I also like the little metal buttons here where the belt connects. It's a nice little touch. You can see that his bow staff is kind of different. The texture is almost like a bamboo or something, or like he sanded down a piece of wood. You can also see the grip on the bow staff is like a purple material wrap. Next, you can see, like we were talking before, that Donatello's skin is a different shade of green than the others, although his is more of a grayish bluish green, which is interesting. One thing you may be wondering from some of these images is, why does Donatello have two bow staffs? You can see he's holding one there, and he's also got another one holstered on his back. And it's not only him. If you kind of look at all the turtles, they're all doubled up on their weapons in some of these new images. Leonardo has 4 swords, Raphael has 4 sai, Mikey has 4 nunchucks. So what's going on here? If I had to guess, the holstered weapons that you see like on their back and on their sides is probably just like a permanent part of their base design. And when they need to like animate them using their weapons, they're kind of just like stuck there, and they have to actually give them separate weapons for the animation. That's what I think is going on here. I'm not sure, it's just a guess. Because what I think is going to happen is, it's probably showing them using their Ninja Turtle melee weapons, but there's a bunch of other type of melee weapons in the game. So when they're using those, you're still going to see their actual weapons holstered on them, while they use like a club or something, or whatever other weapons Call of Duty has in the game. Anyways, not much else on Donatello. Let's go ahead and close it out with Michelangelo and a few others actually. All right, so next we can see Michelangelo here in his tracer pack card, and his design is good like the others. He's got the right belt for his character, just the regular horizontal belt, and everything else is pretty much in line how we discussed with the other turtles just now. One thing of note here is you can see that he does have little orange grips or little wraps on his nunchucks there, a nice little touch. And also this Michelangelo is a different shade of green as well. His shade is a little more similar to Raphael's, but it's like a tad bit more vibrant. That's all the turtle designs in the new Call of Duty pack. It does look like there are a couple more Ninja Turtle themed skins in the game though. It's with some of the premium stuff. You can see that there's this Splinter skin right there, and he's got on the red robe with some gold accents, and you got 2 braids there coming down from his face. And then you also have these 2 other operating skins right there. One is a regular foot soldier, and the other one is this undead foot soldier. So it looks like there will be a zombie version. I'm literally just figuring this out right now here with you guys. So yeah, nice. I feel like there will most definitely be some type of Foot Clan zombie mode at some point. There has to be. We'll see. But yeah, these new designs of the foot soldiers do look heavily inspired by the old 1987 Ninja Turtle show version of the Foot Clan, but like in a dark and gritty way, which is always nice to see. You can see a few more things here. You can see there that it says that the premium track has a sensei support finishing move, and you can see a little picture of Splinter there. So I think it's like when you're sneaking up on someone in the game and killing them from behind, a little animation happens where Splinter comes out and assists you in the kill. Next, you can see some of the weapons in this premium track. You have Splinter's cane there as a melee weapon. You have one right there called the Infestation weapon. You have a Sewer Surfer melee weapon. Then you have a little family calling card. So it's like a little thing that pops up on other people's screen when you kill them. You have a Master Emblem. You have this robotic ninja weapon, this sliced weapon, and this Brainiac gun screen. And the premium track, by the way, is this one here that includes the Splinter skin. The next one down here below it says unlock the free track. And it looks like you get like the ability to spray paint the Foot Clan logo on stuff within the game. You also get a Ninja Clan emblem, a skateboard melee weapon, a pizza sticker for like your weapons, a together loading screen, so like a custom screen when your game is loading that shows the turtles there with Splinter. And it also comes with this belt-fed magazine, this Krang weapon charm, and this D1.3 sector weapon. And this is the pack, by the way, that has the 2 foot soldier skins that we spoke about earlier. But yeah, overall, focusing back on the Ninja Turtles here, I have seen some people saying that they kind of look like the Injustice Turtles. And yeah, I do see some similarities there, but I do think these turtles look a bit better. Something about their face. But I do like both of them, so that's no knock on the Injustice Turtles. And the fact that they both look similar to me is fine. They're not identical, and it just indicates to me that both teams that develop their respective skins just have a good eye for turtles. And naturally, because of this, they are going to look similar. Both of them do kind of look inspired by the 1990 movie, which to me, those are the best looking turtles, at least up until this point in time. When it comes to the turtles, you don't got to reinvent the wheel, especially with their designs. Just adding little subtle differences like we were talking about earlier to give them little unique flares is what works best in my opinion. I think these are going to do really well. You're going to see them all over the game, if I had to guess. But yeah, that's it for the Call of Duty Ninja Turtles design breakdown. Let me know what you think. It does say at the bottom there of one of the cards that this will be available on February 27th, so not too long now. Let me know what you think of these. Are you feeling the designs? Where would you put them compared to the most recent Fortnite turtle designs? Which ones did you think were better? I thought those were really good too. The games have been nailing it with designs lately. This is exactly what I think would do really well in like a movie or a show. All of these designs that you're seeing there on the screen right now, something similar to that. If you were to do them live action, obviously they have to have a little more detail, but the general idea like this, I think is the way to go, especially if there was like a live action take on the turtles. We obviously already have like animated movies coming out, so those are already rolling, but if they ever go back to like live action, they need to look at these and try to get some inspiration from it. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're new and you want to catch more turtle content like this in your life. You probably can see the end screen right there for our latest podcast episode. Go check that out. If you want to get the latest info on what's going on in the comics, you can go ahead and click right there. But thanks once again. We'll see you in a little bit with another one. Take care.
Come back here! I'm not finished with you! Damn!